It's no secret that men and women can often show emotion differently. But why is it that so many men don't cry in front of women? Is it something that's been socially conditioned, or is it deeper than that? In this video, we will be exploring the reasons why men don't cry in front of women and how we can create a more emotionally supportive environment for them. Exploring the historical context of men's crying habits. Throughout history, men have been expected to express emotions in a more controlled manner compared to women. The male stereotype dictates that men are tough and don't show emotion, in particular, not crying. This behavior has been strongly reinforced in many male-dominated societies and is often viewed as a sign of weakness for men to express their feelings. Unfortunately, this false assumption overlooks the importance of male emotional health, as it is just as important for male well-being to be able to communicate emotions in a healthy way as it is for female well-being. This has resulted in men being often viewed as less emotional, which is why people are surprised when they see men crying. In reality, men's emotions are just as complex as women's. Men simply express their emotions differently. According to human psychology, men don't cry because they don't find it to be an effective way of expressing their inner thoughts and feelings. As a result, men are often seen as stoic and unapproachable, when in fact men may be just as likely to feel the same range of emotions as women. Exploring the historical context of these gender expectations helps us to better understand why some men may be hesitant to cry in front of others. However, beliefs surrounding men not crying are deeply ingrained in society. By exploring the historical context of these gender expectations, we can gain insight into why some men may be hesitant to cry in front of others. It is important to understand the beliefs and assumptions that can lead to feeling marginalized when expressing emotion. Ultimately, it is up to individuals to decide when and how they express their emotions without fear of judgment. The different reasons why men don't cry in front of women. Men may feel that crying in front of women is a sign of weakness or vulnerability. It is often seen as a male stereotype that men should not express their emotions, particularly through crying. This misconception may be rooted in the idea that men are tough and have a strong physical and mental strength, which does not include crying. As a result, men tend to feel embarrassed or ashamed if they do express their emotions in this way. It's important to remember that there is no shame in male expression of emotion, and that it can be a healthy way to cope with difficult situations. Many men have been socialized to believe that tears are a sign of weakness, so they suppress their emotions. This is a product of a society that puts men on an unreachable pedestal, expecting men to be strong and emotionless. Psychology suggests that men who don't cry are more likely to experience anger and stress, which can lead to serious mental health issues if left unchecked. Crying is a natural form of release, and men should feel safe expressing their emotions without fear of judgment or criticism. Men may also be reluctant to cry in front of women because they are afraid of being judged or seen as weak. Holland and other sociologists have identified that men don't cry due to the fear of being judged and seen as weak. This fear, Holland argues, prevents men from expressing their emotions and creates an overarching expectation for men to be stoic. Analyzing the psychological implications of men not crying in front of women. Men not crying in front of women could be due to a fear of being judged or not seen as strong enough. This could stem from beliefs that, historically, men have been taught to not show emotion and to be the stronger gender. This can lead to beliefs being instilled that crying is seen as a sign of weakness, which could be contributing to why some men don't cry in front of women. Overcoming these ingrained beliefs may help men feel more comfortable expressing their feelings around women and to not feel so much pressure to withhold their emotions. This could lead to men suppressing their feelings and emotions, which can have long-term psychological effects such as depression and anxiety. Crying is a natural human reaction and generally accepted as a sign of emotion. However, in some cultures, crying is seen as a sign of weakness and discouraged, particularly amongst men. Therefore, a lot of men don't allow themselves to cry even when they're in a situation that calls for it. This can be damaging to their mental health, as crying can be therapeutic and help to release emotions and stress. They should not be made to feel ashamed or embarrassed for expressing their emotions by crying. It is important for men to be able to express their emotions in a healthy way so that they can process them in a constructive manner. Again, men don't cry is a damaging belief that they should not show emotion. This can create negative consequences in their mental and physical health, specifically in terms of their psychology. It is important for them to be able to express their emotions in a healthy way so that they can process them in a constructive manner. Doing this will allow them to better understand their own emotions and to become more self-aware. Examining how society has shaped their beliefs about crying. The traditional view that men don't cry is rooted in many cultures and societies and has been perpetuated by societal expectations of strength and stoicism. This view is largely rooted in both men's and society's psychology, as they are often encouraged to suppress their emotions in order to appear more masculine and powerful. As a result, they have often been taught from a young age to bottle up their emotions and not show vulnerability. Unfortunately, this attitude can lead men to suffer in silence and can even be detrimental to their mental health. While they may not cry on the outside, it is important that they are allowed to express their feelings in a healthy way. This outdated idea has led to them feeling ashamed and embarrassed about expressing their emotions through crying. Dr. Holland has done extensive research on this outdated notion and found that men do cry, just not as visibly as women. Holland argues that society's rigid gender roles should be broken down to allow for more emotion to be expressed from them. Holland's research indicates that this will help them have better mental health and lead to a healthier overall lifestyle. By having open conversations about the emotions that men feel, we can help create a more accepting and compassionate world for everyone. Similarly, "they don't cry" is a now outdated concept that ignores their emotional needs as well as psychology. By encouraging them to express their emotions openly, we can help create a more compassionate and accepting world for men, women, and everyone in between. Furthermore, helping men to learn about the power of their emotions can lead to healthier communication styles and improved relationships in the long run. Tips for encouraging emotional expression from men. First and foremost, it's important to create a safe space for men to express their emotions. Contrary to popular belief, they do cry. Prolactin, a hormone released during moments of emotional stress and pain, is present in both men and women. It's essential to remind men that feelings of sadness or hurt are normal and should be safely expressed rather than repressed. Allowing a constructive outlet for emotions can be beneficial to the well-being of both men and women alike. Encourage them to talk about their feelings by normalizing the conversation through positive reinforcement and validation. This can help challenge the idea that men don't cry and provide the space and support for them to express their emotions in a safe, non-judgmental way. It's important to destigmatize the idea that it's wrong for men to cry, as this can prevent them from seeking out help when they need it or communicating honestly with their friends, family, or partners. Acknowledging and validating any emotion they feel is key in normalizing conversations around men don't cry and making sure all genders feel heard, respected, and supported. Create activities that can help break down barriers, such as creating a list of words to describe different emotions or engaging in art therapy activities. Also, male mental health can be improved by breaking down male stereotypes, one of these being the societal view that they don't cry. To help open up dialogue about male emotions, activities such as creating a list of words to describe different emotions or engaging in art therapy can be very beneficial. Having male-friendly activities to explore and work through emotions can be an effective way for male individuals to open up and discuss their feelings. Advantages of allowing men to feel comfortable expressing their emotions. Allowing men to express their emotions more openly can lead to greater psychological well-being. Crying is one of the most powerful ways to express emotion, but tears have long been seen as a sign of weakness in men. By breaking down this stigma, tears can become a source of strength and comfort to men who are going through difficult times. Research has even suggested that tears can provide a form of catharsis, helping to relieve stress and boost mental health. Through creating an environment where tears are seen as a sign of strength and courage rather than weakness, they can benefit from new pathways to emotional well-being. It could also help foster healthier relationships with friends and family, as they would be more likely to open up and share their feelings instead of bottling them up. Not crying when needed can be damaging for both men and their relationships, as it can lead to feelings of frustration and anger. Crying can be a healthy way to express emotion and release the built-up tension that can stem from not crying. Men don't have to cry all the time, but it is important to understand that crying is a valid response to strong emotions and shouldn't be shamed or discouraged. It could create an overall more positive environment by allowing them to show their vulnerability and encouraging others to share theirs as well. Moreover, by allowing men to express their emotions and be vulnerable to others, it could create a more positive environment for everyone. Men don't have to cry to show their emotions and be vulnerable, but it can be an important step for them to feel more accepted for who they are. Finally, it's important to be aware of the reasons why men don't cry in front of women and to create a more supportive environment for them. Emotional expression is a necessary part of a healthy life, and it's important to create an atmosphere where men can feel safe expressing themselves. Understanding the social, biological, and psychological components of this phenomenon can help us be better informed, more understanding, and more supportive to the men in our lives. What do you think about this video? Whatever it is, let me know in the comment box. Thanks for watching. See you again in the next video.